What should you feed composting worms and what should you keep out of their bin? I'll break down the answers to those questions like worms break down your table scraps. If you're going to start vermicomposting, you need to get familiar with two categories: greens and browns. Greens are nitrogen-rich materials like vegetable scraps, coffee grounds, tea bags, fruit peels, eggshells, herbivore manure, and even hair. Basically, if it comes from a plant and you like to eat it, chances are the worms will like to eat it also. I mean, the herbivore manure and the hair, hopefully you don't eat those, or the eggshells, but you get the idea. Browns, on the other hand, are carbon-rich materials like shredded paper, egg cartons, sawdust, and dry leaves, as well as cardboard, dryer lint, and wood ash. So remember your worms when you're doing laundry or cleaning out the fire pit. To maintain a healthy bin that's free of unpleasant odors, you want to maintain a ratio of 1 part green to at least 2 parts brown. Now let's look at the things that you want to keep out of your bin. Beyond the obvious non-perishables like metals, plastics, and ceramics, the best way to identify items that should stay out of the bin is to think about whether they're going to have a strong aroma or taste, either when fresh or spoiled. For example, you want to avoid anything that is oily, citrus, meats, dairy, as well as onions, garlic, spicy foods like peppers, and pet poop. Worms won't like those things and they'll make your bin reek. To help worms break down your greens and browns faster, you'll want to chop them up into small pieces. So let's go inside and I'll show you the greens I'm going to throw in the blender today. We're now inside and it's time to start blending. I've got a couple of cups of water already in my pitcher, and now I just need to throw my greens in and blend them up. Starting with, ironically enough, the red bell peppers. So I've removed all of the seeds from them because those can be spicy and we don't want anything spicy in the compost bin. Got a large pile of eggs here from my large family, some celery stalks, some banana peels, and some leafy greens, which I think are just the tops of the celery stalks. Then of course I've got a cardboard egg carton here, which I could put in the compost bin, but I'm not going to throw that in the blender today. That's all that's going in this smoothie. Let's get to it. First up are the red bell peppers. Let's make them a smoothie. Next, we've got some leftover cabbage, and we'll do the greens and the celery stalks as well. Now it's time for the eggs. Smoothie is coming along nicely. And lastly, we've got the banana peels. Let's see how well these guys blend up. And there we go, our worm compost smoothie. And now we're ready to take this out to the bin. When you add greens to your bin, you'll want to change up where you place them. And you'll also want to cover them up with some of the brown material. That'll help keep flies and other pests off of your bin. All right, so here I've got my worm smoothie full of the banana peels and red bell peppers, and I'm just going to pour it all around. Then I'll come back and cover it up. And there you have it. By feeding your worms the right mix of greens and browns and avoiding certain items, you'll have a thriving vermicompost in no time. Happy composting, and I'll see you in the next video.